Am I playing?
This is Alex versus Ernest.
Yes, it's another Alex, but excellent name.
So with duress in hand, so he leads off with duress. Looks like a Havoc Devils and a Viashino Pyromancer.
Yeah, as well as the Stag.
So he's got a 2-mana play. He's got a duress for 1 mana. So he's on a good hand there. Just needs to find that white mana.
See if Ernest likes this. If he goes to 5.
Went to 5. 2 red, Motivator, Crash Through.
That's actually good.
Yeah.
I like that hand. Crash Through lets you draw a new card, lets you cycle it for free. Motivator will actually get things going. For 5, that's the best thing you can do.
Crash Through also gives Alex a target.
For duress.
Otherwise, that would have been a perfect duress hand.
Yes. Unfortunately, Ernest has to start off on 4 cards. That's really rough.
That's how it goes.
Yep. Motivator comes out on 1 at least.
So now any other creature played after this has haste.
Yep.
Which is going to be nice once he hits that Ogre. Now here comes a Pyromancer, and I believe Alex drew a dual land.
I think Ernest takes 2 here. So he goes to 18 with the Pyromancer. So the Pyromancer has an ETB. It deals 2 to player Planeswalker when it comes into play. However, he can't do it now, but even if he plays the Ogre on 3, gives it haste, the Pyromancer actually will block that favorably. So yeah, that land comes into play tapped. I think Alex doesn't actually have a turn 3 play here because he needs more than 2 mana.
He needs a white mana and he needs 4 mana for the Havoc Devil. Yep. Oh, I'm talking to Alex. Sorry about that. Yep. So there's a block against the 2/1. He's got Goreclaw in hand, but no green mana.
Yep.
So there's the Ogre for 4/2.
Actually, I think Ernest was happy to chump block that 2/1 Sandsucker.
Clears up the board for his big guys.
Yeah.
So there's a Sovereign
Bite. It's going to deal 3 to Ernest, and it basically drains for 3. Yeah. A green green source here.
There
Oh, perfect.
Here comes the bear. Goreclaw.
I might have actually waited again to the second main phase. There's no reason necessarily.
Well, he pumps. Going into combat, that's going to be a 5/3 trample now.
I think it's only when Goreclaw attacks.
Yeah.
So like, there's no reason to play it in the first main phase. You might as well attack in, see what you can get in, and play Goreclaw.
Yeah.
I expect to see Havoc Devils come down here.
You can also do the Infectious Horror, which is going to be a
but it's
blocker,
only a 2/2.
Yeah, not big enough to take anything out now that Goreclaw's out.
The Havoc Devils, however, will take care of Goreclaw even through the pump.
Right.
So in this situation, I might actually just attack with the single Anaki Ogre, but we will see what Ernest draws here, if he has any other options.
He's thinking it over. 2 cards in hand. Yep. There's an attack with a 4/2.
Yep, that's exactly what I do here.
Looks like it might trade. Alex tapped. Okay, it looks like he took the attack, and Ernest played Wall of Vines post-combat.
Yep.
Alex really hoping for a Plains. Drew a Swamp. So we're going to see
the
Infectious Host.
Yeah, Infectious Horror.
Or Horror.
It's a 2/2. He is going to come in.
So
Ernest decides to chump with the Wall of Vines.
Takes 1 damage due to trample.
This does clear the way for a double attack with...
Yeah, Goreclaw is now free to come in.
Yeah, which would make both the creatures 5/3s. The Volley Veteran will deal 1 damage to a creature as it comes into play because it deals damage equal to the total amount of goblins you have. In this case, it is 1.
Yeah. So that's 1 damage to the Horror.
Probably the Horror.
Which means the trample will now 3 of it.
Will go through 9.
Because they'll be attacking as 5s.
Yeah, so they'll come in for 10. So
9
they'll
total.
take 9 total. Yeah. Assuming he even blocks
if he attacks.
And if he blocks with it.
Okay, so there's the attack. So yeah.
Trigger.
They're both trample.
Yep. So they both become 5/3s. 5/3s.
Or Goreclaw's 5/4.
Oh, 5/4.
And
Onaki
Ogre's a
5/3.
5/3.
Yeah.
So no favorable blocks for Alex.
Correct.
He'll suck up 1 damage and take 9.
Yep.
I believe Alex should be a 6.
Because of the trample effect, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not at the table, so. Is that a Take Vengeance?
I think
But
so,
no white
but
mana
no white
still.
sources. So both the cards in its hands are actually currently unplayable, unfortunately.
And this is where, in a limited pool, is not very easy to go 3 colors.
Nope. It gets really rough.
Yeah, 2 colors is the sweet spot, and maybe splash in a third color. Both those spells only cost a single white, so that is a decent splash. But it might do them in.
Yep. I think that should be enough for lethal there.
Yeah, these are all trample.
Yep.
All right, so game 2. Again, both players had to mulligan that game.
Yeah, Ernest actually did fine with a mull to 5 and a duress turn 1.
Yeah.
It was fortunate that he was able to hit land, the 2 lands he needed to play and pick up a gore call.
Yep.
Alex, on the other hand, was not able to pick up the planes, and unfortunately, that was the ultimate thing that did him in there.
Alex only saw 2 creatures also.
Yeah.
Whereas Ernest saw, I believe, 5.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're hurting on resources, that's pretty important.
And another thing to consider is core set, the way it works out is you actually don't have that many total ways to kill things. So there were probably moments there that maybe Alex might have considered different blocks.
Right.
And in doing so, maybe maximize his life total for a while. But there's no way to know that to start off with. Because like taking out the 1/1 haster, I think is a good play generally, but not necessarily knowing that Ernest is going to be coming with a 4/3 and a gore claw. Because I mean, you took him to 4. I think trading off in the beginning is a reasonable thing to do.
And I don't want my opponent being able to make their best creature haste.
Exactly.
So you get rid of that haste maker.
And not only that, it's like you've taken them to 4 cards. You can't imagine they have that much stuff.
So that's 3 cards. Looks like a. Oh man, that's a
Sovereign's Bite.
Sovereign's Bite.
We got
2?
the Infectious Horror.
No, Infectious Horror. Okay.
All right, so we got 3 lands: Stalker, Onaki Ogre, Basilisk, and the
Blanchwood Armor.
Yeah,
I like that Basilisk in there.
Yeah,
strong card.
Like Ernest's opener, just slightly better. I think he has more curved out plays.
Here's the Bite.
Yeah.
Now I know you're not a fan of the Bite.
Don't like that card.
I like it as a finisher, but that's about the only time it's
the only time that card is good is if you're in the hardcore dedicated life gain deck where you have like real payoffs.
Right.
But other than that, I think it's just a waste of a card. Yeah.
So here's the Pyromancer dealing 2 damage.
Yeah.
It falls into the same trap as Lava Axe.
Yep. Lava Axe or anything that gains you life for like 1 card.
So here's a Duress.
Yep. Definitely take the armor.
Strong card.
Sure thing.
Forest.
It looks like Ernest is still flowing with the lands here, so he should be able to play stuff on curve. Like this turn, he can play Basilisk if he likes. Again, I'd like to see him attack before he plays anything. He doesn't have to, but there's no reason not to.
Now, I'm trying to look at Alex's hand. I believe he has the Menace Zombie, the twins.
Yep.
He's looking for land again.
Yes, Ernest. I'm so happy he did that.
So Ernest with the swing for 2.
Yep. Ernest thought for a second to play the Onaki Ogre or Basilisk before combat. Took a second, went back, decided to attack first, and then play the Onaki Ogre.
That's one of the things we've been talking to him.
Yeah.
Present the attack when you have answer or mana open.
Yep.
It makes your opponent more hesitant.
Because a lot of times when you're new to Magic, your gut feeling is you just want to play whatever card you have in hand. And
just get it out and then attack.
Yeah. A lot of times it's the cards you don't play, and not only that, that's the Thornwood Armor.
So +1/+1 and trample, so that's now 5/3 Onagi.
And if it dies, he can get it back from his graveyard, which is really, really good in certain cases.
Alex is looking for that 3rd land. Alex, another one of our regulars. Once he leaned in, I saw his hair. Now it clicked. Just found the plains. Okay. So he can play the Stag.
But is it too little too late?
Now, Alex... Okay, so he played the zombies. 4/2 Menace.
Yep. It doesn't really block favorably with any of the creatures, but will take out the Onaki.
It trades with the Ogre.
Yep.
Now, Alex, another pretty new player. I'd say since Ixalan.
Okay.
So... always good to see the new players out here playing.
Yeah, my favorite
best.
thing for new players is when you get on stream. For one, don't be nervous. We love you here. Like,
yeah,
and anything that we talk about is solely for your benefit.
We do not talk here to pick on people.
Yeah, not at all.
We are merely trying to help people.
Yeah. So my thing is, and I've watched this for myself on stream as well, is like you, by going back and watching these games that we cast, you get to find out, you know, what could have gone differently, what your opponent had, if what you were thinking at the time, you know, coincides with what is actually happening.
The few games that I've gotten to play on camera, I have definitely noticed.
Yeah.
I could have done this at that point, and maybe it would have worked out better. And you can see plays that you didn't see
exactly
while you were sitting there doing it.
So Alex here definitely decides he needs to
block it.
You got to take care of it right now. Yeah.
So Alex down to 7.
Yep.
Just needs to turn this around.
The thing is, the Thornwood armor is available to be brought back. It costs 3 to do so. Ernest can't do it this turn, but if he felt like it, he could bring it back and re-equip it the next turn. I think that's a Spitfire in there as well. Havoc Devils comes out.
Havoc Devil.
Okay.
Now, I believe that was a kill spell. Was the black one that he drew?
Okay, the red one is a kill spell as well, I think.
So there's Thornhide Wolves.
Super solid 5-drop, which actually Ernest can play this turn. He plays it this time pre-combat, but that's because he decides that he does not want to attack into the 4/3 Devils.
I wasn't sure about the red one. It's Smelt, which destroys an artifact.
Oh, okay.
So that's got almost a dead card right now.
Yeah, I don't like that card that much because it's so narrow in focus.
Okay, so there's the 3/3 Stag. So he can block the wolves with both to get the kill, but that leaves him open to 4 damage from the other creatures.
Yeah. So like last turn, there was no real favorable attacks or blocks on either way, but Ernest might have been able to attack with the Basilisk, just representing, since he has a second Basilisk.
It's a death touch creature.
Yeah, so just representing 2 damage, because as far as a clock goes, he has a much better wide clock on Alex than Alex has on him.
Yeah. So this attack, I feel like Alex has to double block the wolves. Because right now that's throwing away the Stag.
Yep.
And leaving the biggest threat on the board.
Yep.
It gets rid of the Viashino, and he is keeping the 4/3 Devils, so he's keeping the bigger creature. But that wolf is
the 2 options are either double block the wolf or single block the wolf, like single block the Sandstalker like you did, and just take the basilisk, like block the basilisk, lose trade, basically trade, so you lose a 2 for 2. But in this situation, what happens is you're losing more than 1 creature a turn, and since Ernest is putting
keep this up.
since Ernest is going to put up more than one creature than you can put out per turn,
right?
Eventually, you're just going to lose the attrition battle, as it were.
So this is Liliana's. Oh,
Macabre Waltz lets him get back 2 creatures. He will have to discard a card.
Now
he will discard the Smelt.
Happy to discard that one, I think.
Looks like he's going to replay the Stag.
And he's got the twins in hand.
Yes.
So he can block twins and the horror.
So he can block both basilisks here and then take 4, go to 1.
I keep seeing 4 creatures on Ernest's side and forgetting that one is a wall.
One is a wall, yes.
So yeah.
But given that this is the attack, see, I don't like just there. That's better. I still don't like that because you're just giving up a creature.
He's throwing away 2 creatures again. And he can only put 1 out on the board.
Correct. So now...
So right now the Basilisk dies, there's still 2 creatures coming at him.
Exactly. But the 4/5 just keeps coming. The 4/5 basically got 2 creatures free.
Yeah.
He got a 3/3 and a 4/3 for nothing.
So he's got 7 mana, he can only play 1 of these creatures.
Yeah.
Which means he's going to have to throw it. No, that's twins and the infectious horror.
Oh, twins and the infectious horror. Yeah.
The 2-headed zombie, sorry.
Yeah, so even if he plays a 2-headed zombie,
he has to block the wolf.
Yeah, he has to block the wolf, take 2. And then again, he's still down a creature.
He needs a cheap kill spell.
Yeah. That's exactly, if I'm Ernest, I keep swinging in, take the wolf, take 2, go to 1.
So I feel like this game was decided when he did not double block the wolf.
Right, or he just threw away the single creature.
Because that put him too far down creatures.
Yep.
And he hasn't been able to draw answers. He's drawn lands.
Is that a crash through?
Crash through will draw him a card.
Yep.
But it's costing him mana.
Give it a shot. Yep. Looking for a card. He has to pick up a 3-cost card, basically.
Looks like a land. Yeah.
Yep, and that should be it.
That's going to do it for Alex. It was just a tough fight. Ernest kept the beats coming. He kept putting pressure on.
Yeah.
Crash Through does not target a creature, so it's
not
just
at all. Yeah,
creatures
you
control.
It's a free cantrip. That's why sometimes you just play it in red just to get a card.
Yeah. But Ernest was just able to put threat after threat on the board.
Yep.
And they were consistently either bigger or they traded well in combat with Alex's.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
attrition.
It happens like that.
Yeah. Well fought, Alex. Good try.
Yep.
You'll get him next time, hopefully.
Absolutely.
And,
hopefully his trajectory is like the other Alex in here. Take a loss, learn from it, work on it, come back and crush him next time.
yeah.